Our minds are fucking strong. They are our most powerful weapon, but we have stopped using them. We have access to so many more resources today than ever before, and yet we are so much less capable than those who came before us. If you want to be one of the few to defy those trends in our ever-softening society, you will have to be willing to go to war with yourself and create a whole new identity, which requires an open mind. It's funny, being open-minded is often tagged as new age or soft. Fuck that. Being open-minded enough to find a way is old school. It's what knuckle draggers do. And that's exactly what I did. First, a quick reminder of how this process works. In 1999, when I weighed 297 pounds, my first run was a quarter mile. Fast forward to 2007, I ran 205 miles in 39 hours, nonstop. I didn't get there overnight, and I don't expect you to either. Your job is to push past your normal stopping point. Whether you are running on a treadmill or doing a set of push-ups, get to the point where you are so tired and in pain that your mind is begging you to stop. Then push just 5 to 10% further. If the most push-ups you have ever done is 100 in a workout, do 105 or 1 in 10. If you normally run 30 miles each week, run 10% more next week. This gradual ramp up will help prevent injury and allow your body and mind to slowly adapt to your new workload. It also resets your baseline, which is important because you're about to increase your workload another 5 to 10% the following week, and the week after that. There is so much pain and suffering involved in physical challenges that it's the best training to take command of your inner dialogue, and the newfound mental strength and confidence you gain by continuing to push yourself physically will carry over to other aspects in your life. You will realize that if you were underperforming in your physical challenges, there is a good chance you're underperforming at school and work too. The bottom line is that life is one big mind game. The only person you are playing against is yourself. Stick with this process, and soon what you thought was impossible will be something you do every fucking day of your life. I remember landing in Colorado the week of the legendary Leadville 100 trail race. The school year had just started, and on my first night in Denver, I mapped out the 5 schools on my roster in relation to the trails I wanted to hike and run. At each stop, I'd invite the kids to train with me, but warn them that my day started early. At 3 a.m., I would drive to a trailhead, meet up with all the students who dared to show, and by 4 a.m., we began power hiking up one of Colorado's 58 summits above 14,000 feet. Then we sprint down the mountain to strengthen our quads. At 9 a.m., I hit another school, and then another. After the bell rang, I worked out with the football track or swim teams at the schools I visited, then ran back into the mountains to train until sunset. All of that to recruit stud athletes and acclimatize for the highest altitude ultra marathon in the world. The race started at 4 a.m. on a Saturday, departing from the city of Leadville, a working class ski town with frontier roots, and traversing a network of beautiful and harsh Rocky Mountain trails that range from 9,200 feet to 12,600 feet in elevation. When I finished at 2 a.m. on Sunday, a teenager from Denver who attended the school I'd visited a few days earlier was waiting for me at the finish line. I didn't have a great race. I came in 14th place rather than my typical top 5, but I always made sure to finish strong. And when I sprinted home, he approached me with a wide smile and said, "I drove 2 hours just to see you finish." The lesson: you never know who you're affecting. My poor race results meant less than nothing to that young man because I'd helped open his eyes to a new world of possibility and capability that he sensed within himself. He'd followed me from his high school auditorium to Leadville because he was looking for absolute proof by finishing the race that it was possible to transcend the typical and become more. And as I cooled down and toweled off, he asked me for tips so he could one day run all day and night through the mountains in his backyard. I have several stories like that. More than a dozen kids came out to pace and crew for me at the McNaughton Park Trail Race, a 150-mile hill outside of Peoria, Illinois. 24 students trained with me in Minette, North Dakota. Together we ran the frozen tundra before sunrise in January when it was 20 below zero. Once I spoke at a school in a majority black neighborhood in Atlanta, and as I was leaving, a mother showed up with her 2 sons, who had long dreamed of becoming Navy SEALs but kept it a secret because enlisting in the military wasn't considered cool in their neighborhood. When summer vacation broke out, I flew them to San Diego to live and train with me. I woke their asses up at 4 a.m. and beat them down on the beach like they were in a junior version of first phase. They did not enjoy themselves, but they learned the truth about what it takes to live the ethos. Wherever I went, whether the students were interested in a military career or not, they always asked if they had the same hardware I had. Could they run 100 miles in one day? What would it take to reach their full potential? This is what I tell them. Our culture has become hooked on the quick fix, the life hack, efficiency. Everyone is on the hunt for that simple action algorithm that nets maximum profit with the least amount of effort. There's no denying this attitude may get you some of the trappings of success, if you're lucky, but it will not lead to a calloused mind or self-mastery. If you want to master the mind and remove your governor, you'll have to become addicted to hard work. Because passion and obsession, even talent, are only useful tools if you have the work ethic to back them up. My work ethic is the single most important factor in all of my accomplishments. Everything else is secondary. And when it comes to hard work, whether in the gym or on the job, the 40% rule applies. To me, a 40-hour work week is a 40% effort. It may be satisfactory, but that's another word for mediocrity. Don't settle for a 40-hour work week. There are 168 hours in a week. That means you have the hours to put in that extra time at work without skimping on your exercise. It means streamlining your nutrition, spending quality time with your wife and kids. It means scheduling your life like you're on a 24-hour mission every single day. The number one excuse I hear from people as to why they don't work out as much as they want to is that they don't have time. Look, we all have work obligations. None of us want to lose sleep, and you'll need time with the family. Or they'll trip the fuck out. I get it. And if that's your situation, you must win the morning. You want to build a new life? Then start by tearing down the old one. Brick by brick, excuse by excuse. No one's coming to save you. There's no secret plan, no motivational speech, no shortcut that's going to carry you through the fire. It's you against you. It always has been. And if you can't face that man in the mirror, if you can't look him dead in the eye and say, we're not done yet, then don't expect change, because change doesn't show up when it's convenient. It shows up when you're exhausted, bleeding, and still choosing to move forward. That's the work. That's the difference between wishing for more and becoming more.